doing its thing. It'll start.
Welcome to the Social Experiment, where we bring you bold perspectives. It is time to get raw and unfiltered.
Okay.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, it's a 10-second intro.
Ah.
Yeah, we don't need to be sitting there for 15, 20 seconds.
You know what? You're right.
All it has to do is welcome us in, and then that's it.
That's it. We
So
just
now
need a
that we
nice
have
welcome.
nobody paying attention, because
Everyone's going to be paying attention. They're going to be here in 1 minute.
Yeah, because we were extra late today. I wonder what happened.
I don't know, Max. Maybe you should start being on time.
Right, yeah, because I was late.
Mhm.
That's the story you want to tell.
Yeah.
We'll let you tell that story.
Thank you. Because I know you got my back.
So,
Paying attention.
hey, Jeep. What's
It's
up?
about time.
Yes.
Jeep, we love you.
You should talk to Nova later, Jeep, because, I'm looking at my watch.
Looking at my rollie,
Yeah,
it's
we
about
late.
that time.
It's actually ironic because I'm wearing one. But nonetheless.
Shucks. We made it.
Nonetheless. All right.
Back from
here
break.
We are back. Some people are still on break. You got something in front of your camera too.
Do I? Let me
You
see.
got like a thingy
Oh, okay, I got it.
on the camera. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, that was
We got
my
a camera.
I'm trying to
Nova's
keep
coming
the.
live from her back cave.
That's a fact.
So
That's a fact.
those that are wondering why she looks like she's hiding in the attic is because she
Hiding in the attic is wild. Not answering. Thank you, Jeep.
Listen,
See, I appreciate you. She said, "Don't give me
people are
grief."
nosy. No, actually, it's been her most of the time. Don't be
It's
thinking
not
it's me.
Max.
It really be her.
It do not be me. It be me
we
like.
going. You know what? Here goes Facebooking when you're trying to share out the podcast.
She's a cellar dweller.
This thing does not want us to be successful.
B, we miss you too. We're gonna have to have you
This
on
thing
here at the
does
next
not want
women's
us to be successful.
women's roundtable.
Yes, that'll be very interesting.
That's gonna be a sexy
She's
show.
a very interesting young lady.
I just spoke to be on the phone. I had to
It's always
make
a
sure that my
sexy
eyes
show
stay
'cause
straight.
I'm on it. Yeah, keep your
Did
eyes.
you say now
straight.
you're
Don't get
horny?
your eyes crossing and all that shit. Who said that?
You did, I thought.
I didn't say that. What was that? What was the?
Oh,
I guess the thing is acting weird. So I'm trying to get this thing sorted away. But yeah. So what's really good, Miss Nova? Tell me what is good with you. How have you been?
I've been really phenomenal. This past couple of weeks that we've been on break, I've been in, Jamaica. That was beautiful. Jamaica was an amazing trip. I'm trying to get you to come to Jamaica next year. What else have I been doing? A lot of family stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah. No, just a lot of family stuff. My dad's birthday just passed. You know how I feel about my dad. So that was dope. Family just came in from Colorado and drove up from Florida. So it's just been like a beautiful time. Like it's been really beautiful. Business is great. Life is feeling really smooth. So I'm grateful. Hi, Gretel.
Smooth like a baby's bottom.
Smooth like a baby's bottom.
That's what we like to hear.
And shout
You
out
know
to
what
B
I'm
because B was
saying?
in
'Cause
Jamaica
that's
with
what
me, and it was a beautiful time. And it's just always nothing but love when we're together. So shout out to my fellow Scorpio sister.
I love that for y'all. I really do. That's beautiful. You know what
How
I'm
are you
saying?
doing, Max?
This way, y'all could easily link up and get into all types of trouble.
That's a fact.
Because I know that's all that was a whole lot of trouble.
It was a whole lot of
I ain't
trouble.
mad at you though. You know, I'm glad that you enjoyed yourselves. You know, but nonetheless, I mean, my time off, I spent it taking care of business and being a little lazy, having a little self time. You know, trying to enjoy myself on the solo tip and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that would. So is there something? Yeah, this thing stuttering. Oh, I see what it is. Let's get you.
I hear you.
Okay, yeah, like I said, I've been doing a lot of like self, you know, like a lot of self time, doing things for myself. You know, the pool party I went to on Saturday was a good time. You know, all that.
Shout
good
out to
stuff.
Lola Entertainment.
Focus. Yes, you know, so that was lovely, good time and all that stuff. And now here we are, because I've been wanting to talk about this motherfucking shit for a while. And at first I was going to do a recorded video, but then I was like, I might as well just save it for the show, you know, because
I'm nervous because I feel like
thing,
I'm not versed. I'm not ready.
I mean, you're supposed to have your research in front of you, but you know.
I have research.
I bet you do.
Nice.
So, nonetheless, you know, there's a lot of things like polygamy is one of those things that is actually misnamed often.
Okay.
Because most people, when they talk about polygamy, they don't understand that is truly the practice or custom of being married to more than one person at the same time. That is not actually what most people are referring to when they say they're poly. A lot of times somebody say, oh, I'm a polygamist or whatever. You're not marrying more than one person. You in America. I mean, you can have as many ceremonies as you want, but you can't sign no paperwork with them.
Right.
So the only people you can sign the paperwork with is you got to pick one and sign it with that one. It sucks that America's like that, but it's, you know, it's a whole institutionalized thing set up to make us, you know, limit our ability to obtain resources and all of that. Because really, that would be the advantage you would get from being able to marry more than one person. What's up, Brother D?
Hey, Brother D.
You know, so that's really what it is. There's like, we really should be able to do that if we choose, but no. Now, what most people are actually referring to is polyamory. Okay. That's what most people in the lifestyle especially are doing. Mm-hmm. And that's the practice of having multiple romantic or sexual relationships. So that means just because you're saying, I know a lot of people hear the suffix to that, you know, there's a prefix and a suffix to a word. I'm using suffix means the end of the word. You hear the amor in the suffix of the word and you think, oh, that means you're loving more than one person. No, not necessarily. Because polyamory is just the act of having multiple romantic or sexual partners with the full knowledge and consent of everyone that is involved.
Yes, heavy on the full knowledge and consent.
AKA ENM, ethical non-monogamy.
Right, right.
And the thing is, it's something that is shamed hard body by the vanilla community. It's so real that some people that are involved in it will do every backflip they can to try to mask it or hide their activities because they feel ashamed. We want all of y'all to know that this is a safe space.
Right.
So y'all could come on down and love on this. Now, how do you feel about the fact that you are a polyamorous?
You think that I'm polyamorous?
Do you have only one sexual partner or romantic partner?
I think. I don't know, Max, because I get conflicted and how I feel about the poly world.
Do you have more than one sexual and or romantic partner? If you're a swinger, then that would automatically mean yes.
But you can't swing if you're not in a relationship.
Yes, you can. You could easily swing. You want to know what
I thought swinging was
is?
A relationship, two people in a couple.
I help you out.
Going with another two people in a couple.
I will say this to you. Swinging is simply a form of consensual non-monogamy committed where committed couples or singles engage in sexual activities with others as a recreational or social activity. You don't have to be in a couple. You can be, but you don't have to be. See, I'm prepared today. That's how you can tell who's on time.
Not too much on me. Not too much on me. So, okay, because you and I have had these conversations offline, and I have said to you, I don't think I'm a poly girly because I don't feel like I can love more than one person at a time. Because to me, I break it down, right? Prefix, suffix, poly, many, amor, amor, love, many loves.
But see, I told you not to focus on the suffix. Because it's beyond just that.
Okay.
When it comes to polyamory, remember the definition. I want you to write this down in your notebook that's not with you right now.
See, there you go, Max.
It says the practice of having multiple romantic or sexual relationships simultaneously. That means that you are literally engaging with, if you're sleeping with more than one person simultaneously, and that doesn't mean at the literal same time, but if you have more than one sexual partner that you engage with, you are polyamorous. If you are cheating, you are polyamorous. You're not doing it ethically, but you are still polyamorous.
Is that true if you're cheating though?
Yeah, because if you're cheating, you still have more than one sexual partner or sexual relationship. That's all it's about. The rest of that is semantics. Now they have different forms of this.
So can we talk about the forms? Because I know there's like triangle, there's a V, right? Like what do those things mean?
Now, in polygamy, let's start with polygamy. There are marriages where you also have your third, and y'all all live together in a house. That is called the traditional polygamous relationship per se. You have all of them together. It's cool and it's cute. Everybody's under the same household. They interact. But in order for it to truly be, what's up, Margie? In order for it to truly be a traditional poly in that sense, they would have to be dating each other. That's what makes that connection really, really there. And that extends to, that could be also considered a poly triangle or quad. That's where it starts.
What's a quad?
Now, basically that's 4.
Does it matter if it's like one guy, 3 women, 2 guys, 2 women?
Well, typically it's one, because it doesn't have to be one guy, 3 women. It could be 1 woman, 3 guys.
Oh.
But typically one is the primary, or like there's one sex that typically is the primary, and then there'll be three of the others of the opposite sex. That's one way, but it really isn't sex based. I'm just giving you an example. Because honestly, you could do it in any form. You can have 4 women married to each other. If they're all lesbian and they are married to each other, it's still a relationship.
Okay.
4 gay guys, they could be bisexual. One, or it could even be a situation where it is 2 couples and they all engage with each other because the men are bi and the women are bi.
Huh.
Now, this is where the shit hits the fan. When you talk about, okay, where you can, now you got the poly Vs. Poly Vs personally are very annoying, and unfortunately I tend to deal with that more often than not. I wish all the women could just love on each other and all that good stuff, but that's not how that tends to work.
Right.
So the poly V is typically what a lot of people tend to do. You got to be careful with poly Vs because a lot of people are not honest. And some say, oh yeah, the other ones know about the other ones, but in reality, they really don't. You know. And
I think that's why I avoid poly dynamics in that way, because it's like, how do you know? And then I think the process of having to like check with somebody else's partner, it can be simple, but I think sometimes it can be complex, and I don't want to deal with that.
You know what it is? If you look at the way somebody moves, like look at me, I'm a public figure. You understand what I'm saying? My whole page is public. Everything's public. It would take somebody 2 seconds if they was dating me to find out that I'm a poly person or not. Because my shit is everywhere. It's on IG, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, every goddamn where. So if you tell me you didn't know, then you just wasn't paying fucking attention. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, you can tell when somebody's sneaking and creeping, just like if you're in a vanilla relationship. Often you can tell, you just tend to not pay attention unless it affects you directly, or if you don't care, you ain't gonna worry about it. So there's the part on that.
I think now that I'm lifestyle, I absolutely positively care. I think I cared, I just didn't know what the terminology was before lifestyle.
You know what? I just realized, and also, this is a topic where I actually wish that our little extra guest that we are supposed to talk to.
Oh yeah.
I wish they were here because they also have experience in that. You can hear it from the female's perspective, but
yeah,
I didn't get her in time to make that happen. But we'll probably rehash this again because it's a big thing that happens. Also, you got to know that you really want this. If you're in a relationship like that, you have to know that it's something that fits you. Because some people aren't honest with themselves and they try to fit a square peg into a round hole and wonder why they end up in suffrage. You can't. And
it's hard enough dating one person. Imagine adding someone to that equation.
I can imagine it. I live it.
So what's the difference between polyamorous and open?
Open relationships are just another word for polyamory, to tell you the truth, because it's all ethical non-monogamy with transparency involved.
Okay.
You know, the nature is a lot of people create different boundaries. Like, okay, you can have this relationship or you can have extra fun, but no extra partners. Like, you can play around, have your little toy or two, but don't be out here cuffing them or doing any of that other stuff. Some have boundaries like that. Some have boundaries like, you can do this, but not do that. I just kind of shake my head at all of it because it's hard to control a lot of that.
But is it hard though? Because and this is the conversation we've had before. Is it hard? And that's what I always say. Like you can play and have fun, that's fine. But like all that extra like how was your day? Like how's your mom? All of that stuff. I think that's a no-go for me.
Let me address these comments here.
Yeah, because I saw a garden, kitchen table.
Hold on. I'm not even doing all this with the kitchen table and all this.
Yeah, because that's a lot. Kat, make sure you inbox me because I have no idea what that means.
Listen, it's so many stupid little terms. I'm gonna keep it to the generic terms that's out there. There's a lot of other little terms too. Like for example, too many labels is confusing is very true. When there's too many labels, it gets confusing. That's why I don't have time for the cabinet, the kitchen,
gardens and all that.
The kitchen sink, the bed, the couch, the sofa, the fucking toilet. Listen, there's too many goddamn terms, and nobody got time for all that.
Right.
So it's like, I want to put this one up because this is true. This is what a lot of people don't understand. Now, poly relationships are a million times harder. You have to manage feelings of multiple partners and make sure you're giving each partner the right amount of time and attention. And here's the thing. The reason why I like that, and I like that statement, and that is so very true, because also, don't forget that life keeps lifing. So on top of the fact that you got to be able to manage the time in different places, you also have to find a combination that works for your life, because it isn't just about you. Like I could look and just say me, but whomever they may be are gonna have their own lives, their own things, responsibilities, whatever they have to deal with. So it's about making my time combined with their time, on top of the fact I still got other time that I gotta take account of too.
Yeah.
That means communication. That means phone calls, voice messages, text messages, or whatever it is. You gotta really be an octopus. And honestly, that's not something that most people are built for. Right. Most men aren't even built for that. And I say this from the male perspective because I see men tend to fuck it up a lot. I know because I'm counseling the women that are complaining about this. Where it's like nobody should feel like the fat kid in the back. If somebody's feeling that way, there needs to be an addressing. Now, granted, there are other things in life that could be throwing shit off. It don't have to be that. But what I'm saying is you have to do everything in your power to make that move as smooth as possible. That's why I feel like if you aren't truly a leadership individual, then poly is probably not for you, because you got to be able to manage things to a certain level. And I feel like more people are the type to follow than the type to lead. So that's what I feel about that.
What do you think about, because I had a conversation with a woman who's like lifestyle, she's been in life for a long time, very respected woman in the community. And she said that, you know, you have to be able to afford being in a poly relationship.
I could say yes. I could say yes and I could say no.
Okay.
Maybe it's not fair for me to use myself as an example because I'm an above average person in that area. But my whole thing is that what I feel is the main thing is creating a sense of unity. Like if I feel like somebody needs help. Let's say in the poly situation, somebody's going through something. I feel like I want to, at least even if it's a poly V, there should be enough sense of community to where we look out for each other. Like, okay, you ain't got it. I may have some of it. She may have the rest. She gives it to me. I pass it to the one that's having a hard time. They pull themselves out the hole. They hit us back when they can with the get right. You understand what I'm saying? And if everybody scratches their back, you don't necessarily have to be, because that was the whole concept. When you take this back to our African roots and the fact that the majority of our tribes were polyamorous tribes, and they practice it not simply for gratificational purposes or to have a variety or whatever. It was about unification of resources. And if you think about it, the world we live in today is a world where more and more the few, the 1%ers, are grabbing more and more of the wealth and making it harder for the 99% of us to exist. And in order for us to be able to compensate for that percentage of income and wealth gap constantly being pushed against us, we have to pool our resources together so that we can help each other out. I see places where there's 5-bedroom houses that's huge. Motherfuckers could live in that shit and live like fucking royalty. Instead of each person in New York City sitting here living in an apartment that bare minimum is $2,000 a month.
You know how I feel about that.
I know, but my point is, if you want to thrive and not just survive, you might want to take your head out of the institutionalized and systemically pushed concept of monogamy. Because those things were put into place because they saw in Africa how we thrived as being polyamorous individuals. Think about it. Because by nature, us as humans, remember, every human being is from Africa, so it doesn't matter what race you are now. If you go back to your original genetic coding, it all starts from there. So understand, it is in your genome. If we were not hunters and gatherers as men, we would not have created the population to be as big as it is now, because that was from us planting seeds in different locations, spreading out throughout the world. A lot of dynasties that were created. Marriage was something that was created to bring resources together.
That's true. That's true.
And wives often came with dowries as an offering to the husbands, and vice versa. A lot of women a lot of people don't know this, but the men came with dowries too when the woman was the head and the men were the extra husbands. Like she would be the what is the word for it?
Is it like the matriarchal? Yeah.
The matriarch. So in matriarchal dynamics, she would be offered a dowry that came with the men as an offering to bring as a showing of pooling of the strength of being able to pool resources together.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, and I saw a video recently. I don't know if it was a video or a post, and it said, what if you had like a 3-bedroom house, 3-bed, 2-bath, and the mortgage was $2,000 per month, and each person, I think it was person, took 2 months of the rent or the mortgage, right? Like how helpful would that be?
For you. I have a better equation for you. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of my business today.
Okay.
So my rent is over $2,000.
That's a whole fact.
It's over $2,000, and that's not even counting my parking. And I'm not telling y'all the exact number, but it's over $2,000. So let's start there. If I have I saw in Texas, because I've been looking down there, they have some houses down there that are literally like $300,000, $400,000 that are 5-bedroom houses. If you did the math with that mortgage would probably come out to be about $2,000, $2,500 a month, roughly. I'm estimating because I'm not calculating certain things. Let's say it runs up after insurance and all that, about $2,500 a month. I would pay the whole thing myself. You know what I would ask the women out of there to pay? Pay the small shit. take care of the groceries, take care of the electric bill, take care of the internet. That would be my deal. I got the house. The house, I was paying that much money anyway.
Right.
So I don't mind paying that much money if I ain't got to worry about the electric bill. I ain't got to worry about the food like that. Because even though I buy food too, I'm also not the primary person worrying about the groceries. Y'all got that.
Right.
Y'all can figure it out amongst each other how to make that happen. That's why I talk about teamwork. Because that's the kind of arrangement, ideally. Like, I've done this math a long time. I've even figured out the power of attorney thing. Because
yes, and that's another thing that comes into play, right? Because, you know, in America, in the world, in this country of monogamy, you know, like automatically things go to the wife. Things go to
but if you never
to the one person.
If you never officially sign paperwork to marry anybody, and you just have a ceremony, because honestly, I don't need the government in my business. All I need is a ceremony just to show them and show to the world and before the creator that I am acknowledging this person as my wife. I don't need to go to the judge and get them in my business. Just like I pay for my son, I don't need to go to child support to pay for my son. I send a Cash App or a Zelle, and it's over.
Okay, I like the way you think.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, and I want to know your opinion on this.
Uh-oh.
How would you, as a woman who's not even that sure about polyamory, if you ran to a guy and you really liked him or loved him or whatever, and you found out that he was like, he told you he was poly, you decided to be with him anyway, whatever, and he gave you a deal like that, like, yo, you ain't even got to worry about your living arrangements. You just need to take care of the electric bill, some other small bills around the house, but the mortgage is covered. And you'll have your own bedroom. You don't got to share a room with a bunch of chicks. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have your own space.
Yeah.
Because it's a 5-bedroom house. And there's only about 3 girls in there. So there's 2 rooms. There's about, because there's at least 1 extra room that's just a guest room. And everybody, including me, has my own room. And you know, we can share beddings. Sometimes I'll be sleeping with you. Sometimes I'll be laying with them, blah, 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 blah. You ain't even got to see it if you don't want to, because it's in a totally different space.
See, if you put it like that, Max, I kind of like it, because I do like my own space, and every once in a while I need to cuddle, you know, and then it would be nice to not have to take care of all the bills, especially like a mortgage of that magnitude. So if you put it like that, I kind of like it. Here's my question. What is the woman's ability to have outside play partners?
That's something that you have to discuss individually in dynamics. Because there has to be a thing. And the reason why I did like what Neo did, because Neo said, nah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, he did.
I'm taking care of y'all. Where you going? You understand? But my whole thing is, that is all circumstantial, because different people have different capabilities. And the key thing is that my poly world remains harmonious.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's in you to be able to manage multiple situations and it doesn't blow back on me, it might be something to have a conversation about. But if you're the type who really is the type to focus your energy and love on one person at a time, then that's where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're trying to spread something when you're not meant to spread it, that's why I said poly's not for everybody.
Yeah.
When you're trying to spread something that wasn't meant to spread, it's never going to work. It's going to be more harm than good. So that's how I feel on that.
So yeah, I think that would be ideal. I like it when it's put like that. I think the problem is that I've never seen it. I have. It's rarely seen that simple because of people, because of feelings, because of dishonesty, because of emotions, right? There's so many things that often come up that it just makes it more complicated than it needs to be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and to answer the question, a lot of people, you can have polygamous marriage in the United States.
Mm.
The way you do it, and I've probably explained this before for those who've heard me say this before, and then we're going to get to the comments because we have a lot of comments over here.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments.
What you do is you, like I say, you just have a ceremony. You can have a preacher, official, whoever it is that you want to be there to marry you. You can have them there and do it, have a ceremony, go through the whole process, wear a cute dress, or just get married on the beach, or whatever it is, however you want to do it, that's up to you. When it comes to the power of attorney, and that's what I was looking up while you were talking, it is very possible to divide power of attorney up. Even though I knew this before, I still like to see current information. So it is very possible to do that. You could do it by role. You can have a healthcare proxy, a financial proxy. You can even divide all of it up, or you can have co-agents or joint/independent authorities, where each of them can have a little piece. You can have percentage. You figure that out. That's why it's very important, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't getting no younger. You got to start to put that will together.
Put the will together. Make sure your paperwork is in order, and make sure you have like I think my finance guy called it a TOD and a POD, like a transfer on death and something on death. But so that if something happens, then make sure that someone has access to my account. They just need to show their ID and the death certificate. It doesn't have to go through probate and all that extra stuff, because that's where it gets extra complicated.
See, I want to highlight Michelle's comment first. Now, you see this comment. She says, the boys want a poly, but they need to know how to make two of us happy. And if not, peace out. And the thing is, I will say to that, is that poly is a reflex. It's not something you can learn. So
it's who you are.
It has to be in you. Like me, the way I feel for one person has nothing to do with the way I feel for another. So one is never taking my feelings or attention from another. There's no competition. The competing was in getting my attention. Once you have my attention and I have considered you to be with me, the competition is over. Now it's just a matter of us going through this journey of life and trying to live, laugh, love, and enjoy this thing, this gift that we have. So that's the first and foremost. If somebody's trying to do it, then it's already not for them. Like me, I tried not to do this and still ended up doing this, because what is for you and what is about you is going to happen to you regardless of how much you try to fight it. Let me see what else we have here. There's a lot of funny comments here. Let me see. Oh, here we go. I actually answered this already. But see, Kat says some people want to have multiple partners, but don't want those partners being with others. I am not the biggest problemer of that. I don't have the biggest problem with that. I've definitely had partners, and they'll have other things going on, whatever the case may be. This is my rule. Don't let your water hit my shore. If your water hits my shore, meaning if this person tries to come and tries to play in my face or tries to buck up or tries to beat their chest or do anything else that's trying to establish as if they have something over me, what you have with them over there, I'm not bi. I'm a straight male. So whatever you have with another man, that's between you and them.
Mhm.
But if you're doing that, understand they need to respect my space and not try to stand over me in any kind of way of dominance or anything like that. Because if you do that, then your access to all of that is over. It's cut. And if you don't like it, you can walk.
Now, is that a hierarchy? Is there a hierarchy, or is it?
It's not hierarchical. It's not hierarchical.
Okay.
Because, like I said, what's over there is over there. So that has nothing to do with me. You understand what I'm saying? The key thing is I wanted to stay over there. I have no interest in men. Two things I said. They better not abuse you. And they better not try to play games with me. As long as those two things stay in place, there's no issues. But the problem is, especially with men, and this is why it tends to double standard a lot, is that men have a tendency to want to dominate the world that they're in.
Right.
It's a natural tendency. That's why that double standard tends to be there more often than not, because a lot of people don't know how to play in their spaces without trying to step on another man's toes. Everybody wants to be the front runner in the situation, and we ain't got time for that because this ain't that kind of situation.
But I want to be the front runner, Max. Like, I want to be the front runner.
And that's another thing. And I get annoyed when women say that to me. Oh, because the thing is, all of you are first. All of you are first. There's no numerical system unless that's the hierarchical way that it is described to be done. Which there is a hierarchy where that exists. Because like I said, this poly thing has many different faces. But the one thing you want to keep in your mind, again, the competition is over. There's no number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So you say that, Max. You say that?
That's how I am.
Because here's my thing with that. If I call you and you don't answer because you're on the other line with another lady, I feel some kind of way.
Who's to say they're on the line with another lady, though? They could be on the line.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, if it's that scenario.
How would you know?
If you're saying, oh, if you call me back and you're like, oh, my bad, I was on the other line with B. Right? I'm be like...
No, you shouldn't be like that because you knew what you signed up for when you got here. If you don't like it, don't do it. It's that simple. Nobody's forcing you to do it.
I know, but I think that I have poly tendencies, but I don't know that I'm a poly girl.
See, you still have this center of the universe mentality, and a lot of women have that. Every woman wants to think that the sun rises and sets on their ass.
Yes,
and that's just not how it is.
Like I talked to someone today. I had a conversation with someone today, and they were like, "Oh, I hung out with this guy, and they're in a relationship." And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. But ultimately, what she said was, I need someone who, what did she say? I want someone who wants me and who wants to who is excited about me and who loves the idea of me and all of those things, is passionate about me. And I think in my mind, I don't know if it's the vanilla part of me, because, shout out to me for being only 2 years in the lifestyle, June 30th. But I don't know if it's the vanilla part of me or what. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, how can someone be all about you in that way and then all about someone else as well? I don't know that I have the capacity to do that.
That's the point, is that those that do, literally, and I say this, I truly believe that people that are truly successfully functioning in the poly diaspora are functional schizophrenics. No, it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Because when you truly function in this thing properly, I know the comments is going to start spinning for this one. When you function in this thing properly, your love or affection for one is a total separate chamber in your heart than your affection for the other person. One has nothing to do with the other. That is a thing that's hard to conceptualize for most people, because honestly, for all the majority of motherfuckers running around a lifestyle claiming to be poly, only about 5 to 8% of them truly function in a truly honest to God poly mentality and poly state of mind as far as their affection and their ability to manage it. Most people manage it terribly. Trust me, I have counseled enough people to tell you that. And let's forget the ones, like I see couples where one person is one way and the other person's another and all types of other shit. And I'll just be like, what are we doing? Now, if you step into something and you say, no, I'm here, I want this, I love and or care about you or whatever, and I want to be with you, because that happens too. A person that's perfectly vanilla might fall for somebody that's a poly person, and they truly care about that person, and that person shows them nothing but love, attention, and affection, so they have no reason to complain. Because what's your alternative? Mm-hmm. You go out there, yeah, there are plenty of monogamous men out there, but there's also a lot of people out there who can't hold a candle to the poly person who knows how to multitask and still makes them feel beautiful, makes them feel like $100 million. Also gives them time, attention, and affection, communication, understanding. But your shit has to be boss level to run a poly. That's why I think a lot of people, and I've been wanting to teach a class on this, because I feel like, and I mean, for the men that are man enough to admit, well, you know what? I'm contradicting myself. I don't think I can teach them this. But what I can do is teach them to realize that it's not really for them. What I can do is tell them, listen, don't have poly relationships. Just be polyamorous in the way of, you have your girl and you have a couple of things you fucking around with, and keep it there. Because having to care for more than one person and honestly not be diminishing your feelings from one to the other is extremely hard, and only 5 to 8% of the population of men can pull this off. It's not rich man shit, Tai. You don't need a lot of money to be poly. You need the right team. I want to put this up there because a lot of women who try to put down the concept of poly because they hate the fact that it makes more sense than they want to admit it does. The same women who've had 3 boyfriends and each of them had a baby on them. The same women who constantly get cheated on and don't understand why. Why? Because the type of men that they are attracted to are the type of men who are naturally poly.
No, that's because they're attracted to liars.
No. You're not attracted to liars. You're attracted to men who are naturally poly. A lot of men don't realize what they are. A lot of men never come to that realization because of the indoctrination of society to make you think that being anything other than the status quo, force-fed to us, courtesy of the the United States of criminal America. And let's not talk about that bloody and shady past. because of all of that indoctrination, that is the only reason that they are thinking and wondering, why do I feel this way even though I'm trying to do this? Why is this so hard? Love ain't supposed to be hard. It could be challenging because it's different people having to get used to each other. Being challenging is different from being hard. If what you're doing is hard, you're probably doing the wrong thing. If you believe in God or believe in energy or believe in the universe, wouldn't common sense be telling you, if you keep trying to do this thing and the shit ain't fucking working, then maybe I should try something else?
Yeah.
People spend their entire lives wasting their time on shit that don't make no fucking sense. And speaking of which, I want everybody that can hear my voice to take everything they saw on that terrible ass show, even though it was entertaining to watch, but that totally inaccurate ass show, The Polygamist. I want you to, and if you haven't seen that show, maybe you should. And the reason why I say that is an example of everything that is wrong with how you do poly. He didn't walk into that being honest. He kept getting a mistress and then wifing them. Getting a mistress, that's basically the whole movie. Getting a mistress and then wifing them. Getting a mistress and then wifing them. That's it. I won't spoil it for you, Kat, because you'll see how that turns out. But my whole thing is that that's not how you do it.
Right.
You're supposed to be honest. Say, hey, this is who I am, what I am. Is this okay with you? Are you okay with that or not? Even if you want a poly V where you're not interested in kicking it with the shorty. Because any partners that I have spoken to them. And I said, listen, for the most part, you can function in your own world because I know how to manage my shit. But there could be some life events where everybody needs to be in the same room. In that case, you need to be able to function like human beings and just be able to. You don't have to eat each other's pussies. You ain't gotta do none of that extra shit. You ain't gotta lay in bed together. None of that goofy ass shit. I'm not asking you for none of that. All I'm asking you for is to function in the same room should that need arise. If I'm promoting a party and more than one of them wants to show up, it's actually never happened. But if it did, my point is you should be able to be in that room and function and be okay. Period. No getting in your feelings, no having to be, because I have a rule. If somebody creates a ripple in my energy, if you are giving me headache over something that you agreed to, I'm going to show you where the door is. And it's a big, heavy door, and I'm going to open that some bitch and push you right out that bitch and close it. I'm good. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I don't have the patience. I don't have the bandwidth for bullshit like that. So that's how I feel about all of that. What is your take as we spin around the fourth quarter of this conversation?
I think that I would be able to consider being in a poly relationship dynamic if it was handled the way that we talked about earlier. If it's like, all right, this is the home that we're all living in together. Each person has their separate space. Some nights I might spend with this person. Some nights I might spend with that person. And we've had a conversation that allows for outside play partners as long as it doesn't disrupt the poly dynamic. I think if it's that clear and concise, I could handle that. Any other kind of dynamic, I don't know would work for me. And I think that we know that communication is important, honesty, transparency, and being on the same page as each other. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's just a really challenging energy to find. And so like I've had poly people try to date me, and it's like, but that's not the kind of poly dynamic that I want. And I think that's the issue is, okay, is this the kind that I want? Is it the kind that I could be okay with, that I could be comfortable with, that I don't feel like, because, I'm a lady and I'm an emotional lady. I can admit that my feelings get involved. And so I do need to feel like I'm unique and special, and that you and I have a bond that's different than your bond with other people. And I think that would have to be us in the same area. I think distance would definitely complicate that, because if I'm dating someone who lives in, I don't know, Maryland, and you're able to spend more time with other partners, but not me, I'm going to feel some kind of way about it. So I think that it has to be a whole bunch of things that line up for it to flow for me. Yeah.
See, this is the number one rule of poly. Run your race. Don't worry about what's going on over there. Unless you are romantically involved in that, it does not concern you. That is the number one thing. You're still thinking in a competitive way. That's why I know you're not ready for that. You got to get that out of your head.
I know. I admit that I'm not ready.
You are not allowed to date somebody who is poly and have a poly relationship until you get that mentality straight. Because that in itself is just going to set you up for failure. You won't be able to pull it off.
I agree.
You have to be worrying about you and how that person's treating you. You don't even know what's going on over there because he ain't going to be telling you. You're not going to be sitting up here giving you the details. Well, I spent 3 hours with this one. I talked to that one for this long, and I went over and saw this one. Ain't nobody doing all that. Because it doesn't matter to you. It has nothing to do with you. So why am I coming to you sharing that? That's why you got to get that out of your head. And let me tell you something.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I can. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that I'm poly.
No, and this is another thing. And I'm going to be honest with you on this. Whenever, like for example, and I'm going to say this because the women do this a lot. When you say that you want to have extra play partner or extra whatever, tell me the reason why you want that extra play partners or extra sexual partners or extra relationships. What is your motivation behind wanting that? See,
to me, it wouldn't be an extra relationship. It would be an extra play partner, which I don't consider. I don't consider it a relationship.
It doesn't matter. But what is your motivation?
I think just me as a woman, as the kind of woman that I am, every once in a while, I just want to try something different.
Because let me tell you what happens most of the time. Most women that I have encountered, if I had said I wanted to be monogamous, they would have sat there and been perfectly fine being monogamous with me. But because they know I'm poly, that is their sole motivation or their main driving force of motivation of wanting to have and engage with others. If that is your motivation, I won't allow you to do it. Now, I'm not saying you, but what I'm saying is, if that is your motivation, like my point is, it has to be in you. Remember I said that before? Meaning it has to be in you regardless of my status. You say to me, if I say, listen, I feel like being vanilla, I don't want to see nobody else. You look at me and say, but I like my little variety. I like to try a little something here and there and blah, 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 blah. That would be the conversation because that's truly a part of who you are.
Right.
But the fact is, most people are fucking lying. Because most people, if that person said, you know what, I just want to settle down with you, I'm chilling, whatever. Oh, baby, yes, this is what I wanted. That's what you would hear 9 times out of 10. Like I said, only 5% of this population truly can function in that way and are truly designed for that. Remember, we're already in a niche community.
That's true.
And in this niche community, there's an even smaller
Great.
diaspora of the community that actually truly is 100% poly.
I know that I went on a date with someone and it was a beautiful date and he was an amazing guy and we have been talking for a while and it was great. And I said, okay, so what kind of relationship dynamic are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted a monogamous relationship.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm not a monogamous girly. I'm just not a monogamous girly, and I know that about myself.
And he has to respect that.
Yeah, and I felt bad because he was such a nice guy, you know, like if I was a monogamous girly, he would be the perfect guy that I would want to date.
I've seen those. I've met women who I was like, damn, it's a shame that I'm like this. I don't know why I'm like this.
Yeah.
But because I'm like this, I can't really fuck with you. Because me fucking with you means now I'm lying to myself.
Yeah.
I can't do that because that's not a sustainable relationship.
And
now,
sometimes I want to be different because I feel bad because I've dated a few guys who were like, I just want to be in a monogamous relationship. And I was like,
And here's the thing. People change. Oh, no, I want to keep this up because I want to speak on that next.
Mm-hmm.
But people change. People change. Like me. One day I might look and be like, yeah, I'm tired of this poly shit. This shit is exhausting. Whatever it is. Whatever the reason is. I don't know what the reason might be. But I just, whatever the reason is. And I truly may change. But it won't be because of my motivations from anything external. It'll be an internal change within myself that happens that may make that be the next chapter of my existence where I go forward being like this. You understand what I'm saying? So that's also a thing, but that's an organic change. If it's organic, it's different than if you're trying to force something just because you're trying to make something fit that ain't meant to fit. And let me see this is like what Margie said. You be focused on the wrong things instead of that man. She's referring to when women are choosing to, well, if you're going to have another girl, then I'm going to have another man. Meanwhile, one person is truly like that. The other person is playing tit for tat. The moment I hear conversations like that, I'm ready to send you on your way.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Because I told you, I don't like anything disturbing my peace. I'm not going to fight with somebody to be something they ain't.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't be that, which I need you to be, then you got to be out. That's it.
I agree.
And men, if you're going to call yourself leaders, you got to learn to stand on business with that. I don't care how bad she is. I don't care how big the titties is and the ass is and all that shit. Who cares? We all seen it all, done it all, had it all. Listen, you got to get over yourself. Realize if she is not moving in the way that is conducive to a positive atmosphere or a moving forward atmosphere in the direction that you are trying to go, then she has to go. Simple as that. And there can't be any hesitations on that. It's got to be instantaneous movement. But we about to land this plane because it's 10:20. I want to eat my food. What is your final thought on this before I close this thing out?
So my final thought is make sure that you know what you want before trying to engage with other people so that you're not interfering with other people's lives, right? And trust people when they say what they want. So if someone says that they're poly, trust that they're poly and, don't try to change them. If someone says that they're monogamous, trust that they're monogamous and don't try to change that either. Because I think a lot of times we try to change what people are to fit what we want, and then we go from there. And it messes it up.
And see, that's the thing. It's very important to understand that all of these things are concepts that you have to figure out on your own time before you involve somebody else's heart. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all now, before y'all leave here, I need y'all to follow your hearts and do the right thing, because we have this Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle situation. This show badly needs donations. Badly. Because this show is getting more and more expensive. You see things are changing. The logo's different, intros and stuff is being done. That takes time and effort to create this stuff and make it efficiently so that it doesn't look like a piece of shit when we bring it on here for y'all to see. Also, especially to grow this channel. This channel is in desperate need of growth. It has been extremely stagnant. We're still in the 200s, which makes no sense because we got 5,000 people on my page, however 1,000 people on Nova's.
2,000 on mine.
And 1,200 in our Facebook group that I don't even know what they're doing there. But my whole thing is that we need y'all to open your minds, open your hearts and your wallets, and hit the Cash App, PayPal, or the Zelle. And listen, $2, $1, listen, all of it. If everybody's dropping that, that's just going to make a difference. Because that is the only way this show is going to grow, and this show is going to stay on for the longevity. Because nobody can drive a car if the car has constantly got a flat tire. We need this thing to have 4 functional wheels.
I thought you were going to say with no gas.
Nah, with a flat tire, because understand, right now, the social experiment is limping. It's still moving, but it's limping. We need this thing to flourish. We need y'all to be like, share, subscribing. That is an essential part. Because without the like, share, and subscribes, I know that y'all ain't doing it. Because I could tell by the lovely growth of these numbers that y'all ain't doing.
But we know you can.
And you will do it moving forward, because you're amazing, beautiful people that sit here and watch us. See, yes, like a couple people dropped off the moment I put that up there. Everybody wants to see the show, but nobody wants to understand how the sausage is made. I'm explaining it to you because that is a very important aspect. I'm not even doing the rest of these promo things today because I don't feel like it. You understand what I'm saying? But my whole thing is that is very important. That's so the first and foremost thing, is to move this show forward to keep us going.
We have some really amazing topics coming up.
Yes, we do.
We have some really amazing topics coming up. Yes, I do. The list is there. So we're going to talk about the ages in the lifestyle. We're going to talk about creating safety in relationships. Because I had that topic is inspired by a couple that I met in Jamaica. And then we're going to have our next men's roundtable.
I got a topic too.
Uh-oh. What you got, Max?
Performance anxiety and the lack of functionality within the play spaces of the lifestyle. Because a lot of people run around in these spaces. That could actually even fall under a health topic too, because a lot of that is attached to health.
Yep. Yeah.
But more of it is attached to this. A lot of people's mentalities ain't on the thing. And Kat, love our round tables. Love all the things we do. But understand that this platform is not free. What you're watching this on now, this costs money. YouTube needs promotion. Facebook needs promotion. All that shit. So y'all can rewind back. If you need the information to donate, feel free to DM me. I will happily send it to you.
Yes.
But anywho, moving forward,
we're back.
Understand that this poly dynamic is something that
stressful
is for the few. It's not stressful. It's only stressful if it ain't for you. It is for the few, not the many. So there's nothing wrong with recognizing, even if you are in it, but you're wondering why you're struggling in it, it's probably because it's not meant for you to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
So do your research, just like I typed these things up. Everything that I'm looking at was all stuff that I literally typed up before the show so I could read legit definitions to you and not give you some half-cocked information pulled out of the back of my mind somewhere. So moving forward, if you're not sure about something, do the research or ask somebody who's an expert in it, like myself. This is why I do offer consultation when it comes to things of love, life, and relationships, because there's nothing wrong with getting guidance. More people need to do it. But anyway, we can dance along on this topic for 150 years, but we are going to say a good night.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Yes, we appreciate you. You guys are dope. Max and I are back. We have some new stuff coming your way. We are excited. So we just need you to support us in our excitement.
Yes. And we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
Good night.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.